Well, the first few days of every month signal one thing: a unlock of the escrow for XRP. The question is, what is going to happen to the price and, more importantly, to the broader market? Well, with that, there's always positive news. And in fact, a new partnership, as well as some very interesting analytics, is very important right now when we look at the global market and specifically XRP. And guess what? Good news for you. I'm going to break it all down for you in this video. Take a look at the unlock and what is going on with this new partnership. So smash up the like button to a brand new all-time high. And don't forget, subscribe to the channel. Keep up to date with all the latest going on in the crypto market. We're here every day, keeping you guys dialed into what's going on. So with that being said, let's get into it. So Bitcoin trying to break the downtrend is good news. XRP holding up, but needs a little bit more momentum as we head up towards the potential 50 and the 20-day exponential moving average. Now, I'll talk a little bit about the unlock to start off with, and then we'll get into the big partnership announcement that has come out from Ripple. So the first of the month always signals that escrow unlock, which many people like to kind of panic about or tell us that XRP is going to dump on the market again. They unlocked 1 billion XRP today. That's about 2.73 billion as part of its escrow unlock. Now, I've got a number of videos here on the channel that talks about why, and more importantly, what this could lead to in the longer term. But the market, well, didn't react. And normally we see about a 2% decline. The overall sentiment was very much optimistic today in the market, but the historical pattern does continue. We're likely to see around 700 million of those tokens re-escrowed, meaning the effective net addition to the markets are around 300 million XRP, which is around $861 million, 0.5% of the supply. We'll then see what that looks like October, November. Now, lots of people predict, or lots of people would like to see that start to reduce. The fact that we are locking such a big amount back up would be beneficial to lock a little bit more, maybe start to distribute some of it. All in all, we have to probably see some of it start to move across into the financial markets as, again, these partnerships and, more importantly, the banks continue to come in. The chat drew Glaudo in the White House outlined plans for a strategic digital asset reserve, of which we still hope XRP will be part of it, as at the moment it's not that. But this is, again, the importance of this escrow. We'll have to see how this plays out. So with that, we also then got some positive news. In fact, Ripple operating a new partnership. Now, this is Thunes, and they have a strategic partnership now with Ripple to usher in the new era of cross-border payments. This goes live with a number of different partnerships that we once again have been breaking here on the channel. The payment network will be integrated into Ripple's blockchain, surprise, surprise, and it'll be a payments-based solution, allowing Ripple corporate clients to move easily withdraw funds in new currencies and countries. And this is where you start to allow yourself that little bit of understanding as to what truly is happening. So this will allow companies and institutions to transact with a number of different currencies all over the world with the native RLUSD, XRP, all built on XRPL using one single currency. This then starts to really truly make XRP, XRPL, and the crypto market in general very much a global utility. Some of the quotes that came out today are very interesting, saying this: members from a traditional financial world and digital asset ecosystem are connecting with Thunes. We are in a strong position to bring these two worlds together and shape the future of digital assets. Our alliance with Ripple reinforces the vision by supporting real-time settlement and deep native integrations. We enable digital asset companies to deliver seamless, compliant, and accessible cross-border payments at scale. And I think what you'll start to see is testing of this. What does it look like? What does it look like to send $1 billion from the US to the UK? How does that play out? What does that look in terms of timescales? And once you start getting into that place, that's when I think you'll start to see a really strong integration of many companies, banks, institutions, pension funds, and everyone else starting to come to XRPL. This will be very, very bullish in my opinion, and certainly one to keep an eye out from. This aligned as well, by the way, to some updates from the SEC and the CFTC in terms of the strategic crypto sprint. What do they say? Well, the reality is this is all about, and I've broke this on the channel before, allowing them to move quickly when it comes to institutions, when it comes to ETFs, and much more. So the President's Working Group on Digital Asset Markets reported on strengthening American leadership in digital financial technology, recommending that the SEC and the CFTC coordinate to make America the best place in the world to innovate with blockchain technology and participate in the crypto markets and the crypto asset markets. Specifically, the PWG report recommends that agencies should use their existing authorities to promote regulatory clarity that best keeps blockchain-based innovation within the United States. This is where I think XRP has an advantage. This is where I think you're definitely starting to see what this looks like as a pro-innovation, pro-crypto standpoint from the US government. The joint statement provides a division view that current law does not prohibit SEC and CFTC registered exchanges from facilitating trading of these spot crypto asset products, a complicated or contemplated by the PWG report, the division's coordinated to promote trading venue choice and optionality for market participants. Basically, if you're in the US, no longer you're going to be stifled on where you want to buy. This therefore means digital assets are going everywhere, including banks and everyone else. So how does that affect your XRP, given what we've just been talking about? Well, very interesting. The monthly returns on XRP are, well, optimistic. September turned a very positive XRP with a medium range of 0.42, turning in a 2.45% gain. So far, good news. We actually had a negative decline in August. That's actually in line with generally where we see it. And then likewise in July, very bullish. Where do we see October? Generally a decline. Then we could see a nice big skyrocket in November if everything plays out as it has been fast. By the way, we've seen some very big numbers play out in October. So, certainly looks more positive as XRP runs through in the latter part of the year. And when we take a look at some technicals, XRP is following a very interesting pattern right now. The 2017 Bullrun structure basically playing out exactly as we're seeing now in the 2025. Could even be 2026. If you haven't got that video, definitely go and check it out. But where we see the all-time high with the pullback with accumulation, then the push through to a higher range, consolidate before going to a new all-time high, and then following that same process. Remember, we always talk about this on the channel. History doesn't often repeat, but it often rhymes. And I think XRP is in that place where it is doing exactly that. The big eyes will be on the market data that's going to be coming out over the course of the next couple of weeks. The CPI data and PPI data are going to be big drivers of the market. We also have a couple of key indicators of import and export data that could signal the market shift, and Trump's announcement on tariffs coming later today. So make sure you dialed into that. As always, we'll break it here on the channel first, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget to turn your notification bell on so you're updated with all our latest live streams and equally our latest content. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.